Hello, I'm Archie Luxury and welcome to the program. Hello, fuckers. And I was talking to my good friend Greg Kinder, and I was talking to him about the Leica range of cameras. Leica is that premium German brand, famous for fantastic lenses, wonderful cameras like the legendary Leica M3, and it's a very interesting thing. The Queen Elizabeth II, was a Leica, well, she possibly still is a Leica fan and lover. And I gotta say, I was talking to Greg about these rangefinder cameras, and I was talking to him about how does the Leica compared to, say, a Nikon D800. And he basically said that the Nikon walks all over the Leica. It absolutely walks all over the Leica. And the Leica's got fantastic lenses, he did say. Beautifully made device, but far outdone by a Nikon D800. And it's an interesting thing. We're looking at extreme luxury. Extreme luxury. And I suppose let's talk about a beautiful wristwatch. We're not talking diamond encrusted. We're just talking a beautiful wristwatch. Classic Calatrava wristwatch. In gold, with a leather strap, with a gold buckle. How does that compare to, say, a Rolex Datejust? And I've got to be honest and say, well, the Rolex Datejust would be a hell of a lot more rugged than the Patek. And the Patek itself would be a lot more expensive to service. It would be a lot more fragile, a lot more delicate. And yeah, it's quite an interesting thing. Extreme luxury. And yes, the Patek is a work of art, just like the Leica camera is an absolute thing of beauty. However, does it really do any purpose? Does it do anything? And this is a very interesting discussion. Extreme luxury. I mean, let's be honest. Would a Omega or a Rolex be more durable than a Patek and, say, a Breguet? And obviously they would. They would be a lot more robust. They are a lot. There's something which you wouldn't have to protect like a Patek. But the thing is, this extreme luxury, it's the hand finishing, it's the aesthetics, it's the beauty, the movement. It's like it's got a soul to it. And it's very interesting. Extreme luxury. How do you justify extreme luxury to yourself? And in the old days, you'd say, well, I want a good quality wristwatch. I want a wristwatch which won't let me down. I want a wristwatch which does this and that, blah, 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 blah. But nowadays, extreme luxury. What does it really do? And you look at something like a Louis Vuitton handmade suitcase. It's not really practical. They don't fit terribly well into a modern car. They don't really, you can't really fly with them, because as soon as you check them in, the baggage staff on minimum wage, they're not really concerned about your trophy purchase or your aspirational dreams as far as luggage goes. They just think, who's that rich fucker? Who's that rich fucker? And I'll show him a thing or two about that luggage. And extreme luxury. It's something which you've got to Is it justifiable? In this world we live in now, is extreme luxury justifiable? Do we need extreme luxury? And at what price point do we start to say, well, that's just fucking ridiculous? And it's a very, very interesting argument. It's an interesting argument. Extreme luxury. How do you justify extreme luxury to yourself? How do you do it? How do you justify extreme luxury to yourself? And it's a tricky question. Extreme luxury. It's a bit of a tricky one. And is it too far? I mean, if you wanted a great camera, wouldn't you just get a D800 or a D600? Isn't that all you really need? I mean, that's a magnificent camera. The same could be said if you want a really, really fabulous wristwatch. Wouldn't a Datejust be better than a Patek Calatrava? And I just want to hear about this. What do you viewers out there think? Extreme luxury. Is it? How do you justify extreme luxury? I'm Archie Luxury. Tell me what you fuckers think of that. So we're sharing this wonderful dinner with the boys, Nathan and Joshy. What do you think, Josh and Nath?
Daddy, what's the lemon for?
That's to wash your hands.
Really?
You can dip your hands in there so it doesn't get sticky.
You don't have to do it now because your prawns are already soaked. Understand?
That's
I
really
like
good.
the
How many
lemon.
prawns have you got there, Joshy?
Take a photo. I love these calamari rings.
It's good, isn't it?
And prawns.
And